All right, welcome to Menors Live. I'm Steve from Providence, and we're going to try this again. Last week, it was an absolute disaster. Nothing went right. I'm thinking this week's going to be a little bit better. There doesn't look like there's going to be a hurricane. Phone lines are going to be working, which I hope a lot of people call because as soon as the phone lines stop, we're going to get out of here. But I brought in someone today to help me out. Um, I refer to him as the greatest Minifan. He's a He's not a fluffer. He's a finisher. All right. They bring him in when you want to see the money shot at the end of the pole. You bring this guy in. He's got the biggest load, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. He is a world-renowned, great caller. Our very own, I would say D or E-list celebrity. Great guy. He's helping me out on the fly over here. Justin, can you bring him in? And there he is.
Sorry. Hi there.
Just
Hi
fucking
there.
the most beautiful man who
Let's fuck, Steve. Let's fuck.
helped me out right off. I mean, I texted you. I said, "Can you please help me out tonight?" And you said, "I'm just getting the fuck in from Target. I'd love to," which I appreciate more than you could imagine because I died 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, and I figured I'd learn from the best. Anytime that you figure you need help with something, it never hurts to ask, and I figured I'd bring in the best.
I watched you, mate. I watched you struggling, and I say it was all right. My Australian is horrible. It's a bit rusty, trombone. Just getting out of Target alone, alive, was a bit of a task. I'm not a big box store person, so
Sure.
when you texted, I'm like, Mel, get the kids in the fucking car seat. I need to get home and be by Steve's side.
Well,
Hold his nuts while the crowd fries him.
I'll tell you, I appreciated your little video that you put out after I went down for the count, and
Yeah,
I couldn't help but notice that you were smiling as you were giving me words of encouragement. It almost looked like you were ready to break out in laughter as you were.
so I will say this: as bad as it was, there was something charming about it. It's like what it's like. You ever have a premature ejaculation?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, so the thing is, it's like you're down on yourself because you came too soon. But the beauty is you still came.
That's
So you
true.
did a show, and it was a little hard at times, and you kind of struggled, but you still came. You still were there, and you downplay yourself. You always knock yourself back a peg. You know what? You have a certain flair about you that I can't even put my fucking dong on it what it is, but it's just good. It's good stuff. It's part of this world. You make this world a little bit brighter with your nonsense, and I'm glad I'm in it with you.
That flare is called chlamydia. That flare is chlamydia, Kevin.
And speaking of chlamydia, tonight, Genesee.
There we go.
And I'm gonna drink it in a 1776 bicentennial mug
Okay.
to celebrate our independence from the land down under Australia. When we broke ties with them, and we said, "Fuck it, you giant weird people. We're gonna do this on our own." Except for Menners,
Sure.
not a giant, but most Australians are pretty large. So
Sure.
here's to the whole continent.
We are going to be taking hopefully a lot of calls tonight. Hopefully, but I wanted to just I would say you were probably one of the first people that ever started listening to Kirk and actually started calling in, even on the weekends. If I'm not mistaken, you would call him up. What is so now we're going into week 4 without any show. All right. I haven't heard anything as far as it coming back anytime soon, which is understandable because he's going to take the amount of time that he needs. And to be honest, hopefully the show is the absolute last thing on his mind while he's going through this. But like last night they had there was a Minifan meetup in Old Orchard Beach. I've seen LK had a few ladies over at his house. Personally, I would have went to his house. It just, I don't know, not for any particular reason, but I probably would have made it to his house instead of Maine. What is your feeling on the infighting right now? Some of the things that are going on.
I think that Kirk's our leader, and we reflect a lot of what he says and does. He gives us direction. Can you believe someone said this or someone did that? And he gives us a target so we can take our energy and focus it somewhere. Now, some of it is just good old fashioned fun. Some of it, people really take a bite out of Kirk. And I think, as much as he jokes about it, I think the people that damage him, I think the people that don't give him a chance and shit on him and try to get him fired and try to get him ruined, I think that takes an actual serious toll on his mental health. I think that's a big factor in what's going on in his life. So when he gives us a target of someone to go after, and the Minifans put our resources and our numbers, and we go after someone, we're all good like that. The Minifans will take Kirk's lead, and we go after something. And Kirk is out right now, and I'll say this, and I'll probably say this again, but every time Kirk has been down and he has had an episode or a problem where needed to get some mental health checkup or a fix up or a redo, he's always checked in. Guys, I'm doing all right. I would message him on the side, and he'd always hit me back and let me know he was going to be okay. This is the first time Kirk has not gotten back to me. Kirk has not checked in. Kirk has not sent out a blurb. Nothing. Yeah. And for me, I'm really happy. I think this time Kirk's taking it really seriously. I think he's concentrating on himself. I think that he is giving it all he has to try to find some sense of normalcy right now and get himself settled and reset. So the fact that he hasn't checked back with us or checked in or answered any emails, I think is great. Now, the downside of that is I think the Minifans are going off the rails. They have this nervous energy. They have this this need to do something with their abilities, whether it's sarcasm or anger or fun or whatever it is. And when we all fuck with each other, I think it's great. Bust each other's balls, I think it's great. It gets to a point right now where people are taking this animosity and they go really, really hard at somebody who's part of our world. Like the guys taking down Carano. Listen, Carano, in my opinion, is a huge part of this world. And he's somebody that Kirk can rely on. He's somebody the show can rely on. He brings a lot of content. And, he's not a normal guy. He's a little off center. And he doesn't know how to take when somebody comes at him with criticisms, he fights right back. And sometimes you need to just let it go. So right now, guys going after Carano, threatening to kill him. I think it's fucked. I think this misplaced anger and this misplaced ability to put things in the wrong places right now, I think Kirk would be really upset with all of us. Even us for not trying to reset it or fix it. I don't know what to do. I made a video like, guys, listen, let's get each other's backs and go after somebody. When Kirk gets back, he'd be like, wow, while I was gone, they went after, name you're a felon. I don't know. But for what we're doing right now, and it's not stopping, it's I don't know. I'm down over it. It's bummed me out.
Fair enough. Do you when you say that they should be going after someone like Brandon Walker the other day? I'm sure you've seen Portnoy comes back from vacation, and he I don't know if you had actually seen the video. Portnoy comes back, and he's I don't know even the name of their shows. I wish I did, Kevin, but he addresses Brandon Walker, and I guess Walker, when some of the Minifans had said something to Kate, and it was very light. There was nothing even. It wasn't anything like that I've seen the worst out of the people. He had, I guess Brandon had went to Erica, and I don't know, he was asking for help against the Minifans or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, something like that. I really don't know. I understand she's a woman, but at the same time, like, I think about like, what do they think people are actually going to do? Like, do they think that they're going to hunt her down and actually physically harm her? I think that it gets a little overblown.
Yeah, I think Brandon Walker actually apologized for going to Erica. I think he felt like a fool after he was, exposed for everything he did and just how much, off the rails he went. And he said something actually really intelligent. He said, after dealing with all the Minifans, he's like, I like 90% of them and 10% are horrible. I think you can say that about just about any group of anything. You're going to find a small percentage of people who, even Minifans, who are on our train, who are part of our world, but really they're just on board to instigate or get their jollies, busting someone's balls and probably going too far. So the Brandon Walker thing, I don't know. I feel like after he talked to some of the good guys, he changed his tune.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would also say that you wouldn't have got an apology out of him had Portnoy not called him out on the carpet like he did.
Yeah.
If Portnoy would have addressed him in private, you never would have heard anything. And I think that it's kind of a snake move, especially when Kirk has never really said anything other than good things about the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were supposed to do an 80s podcast that I was looking forward to, an 80s show.
Yeah.
He's never done anything but talk highly of him. Of course, he busts his balls a little bit, but there was nothing at any time that maybe deserved, going right to management or something like that. That probably could have been handled, I'd say, a little bit different way. But still, even to this day, like I was looking at Brandon, he's going at it with maybe like 10 Minifans right now, back and forth. And
I mean, I'll give him credit for engaging and trying to be diplomatic now. I think at first he listen, someone went after one of your friends and it happened to be a girl. Would you have stuck up for someone if it was a guy? In my world, I say, listen, whether it's a girl or a guy, if someone's going to go after you or bust your tomatoes, I don't think it's cool to stick up for someone because it's a girl, because I think you should treat guys and girls the same. Bust a girl's balls, to the moon and back. Let's have at it. And the same thing with a guy. It's like, oh, they went after Kate.
Yep.
So what? And there's a line to not be crossed, and we know that. But for the most part, this whole thing with "don't make fun of my friends," it's gotten old and stale to me. Sure. They're showing themselves to be a whiny bitch, boys and girls club.
Sure.
In the Minifans, I'll say this: you can go after us, and we'll fight back with you. But we never go to anybody and say, "Hey, listen, someone just said something bad about us." We don't go to their boss. We deal with them.
Sure.
I expect the same treatment.
Sure. Justin, if you want to open up the phone lines, you want to try and take some calls or what?
Let's take some calls.
All right. Justin, if you want to try and open it up and put out the number, that'd be fantastic. Did you happen to catch any of TJ and Rich Mandarin's little periscopes yesterday?
I didn't. I just seeing that they were all together up in Maine. I was experiencing some pretty heavy duty FOMO.
All right.
I'm like, I want to be at everything with these guys.
We'll get into that in a second. What do you got, caller? What's up? What's your name?
Hi, yes, it's Johnny Carson. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Hey, Johnny. Big fan of your work.
Always good to talk to you guys. I didn't know if you wanted to play a little Karnak.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
All right, great. All right, Auschwitz. Columbine, the 2013 Boston Marathon.
Auschwitz, Columbine, the 2013 Boston Marathon. What do we got?
All right, open the envelope. Places less depressing than Steve from Providence's bedroom.
Hiya, Johnny.
Well, thank you very much, Johnny. Do you have anything else before we let you go?
I wish you guys have a great night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. Awesome. Johnny Carson. How about that?
Yeah, there's been some talk show people who've been less than wonderful. I think Johnny is a big fan of Kirk's and a big fan of the show, and I'm happy to have him call us. That's pretty cool.
How about the fall from grace that your girlfriend Ellen is taking right now?
Oh,
I love it. That's been long awaited.
It's a long time coming, and I said it before Kirk and Jerry said it, because I knew people who knew her from movie sets and whatnot, and said she was just a gigantic monster.
Yep.
So to hear, to have her get her comeuppance, and who sticks up for her? Other celebrities.
Yeah.
Like, of course she's gonna treat you guys well. You're at her level, but everybody under that, she just opens her anus and the floodgates come out with a chocolate peanut corn fountain on their faces. Fuck her.
Caller, what's your name and what do you got, buddy?
Hello. Hi. Who am I speaking with?
This is Kevin and Steve.
Hi. Do you all recognize my voice?
I can't say I do, sir. Kevin?
My name is Dave Letterman. I have a little TV show.
Oh my goodness! Two of the best back to back.
Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, it's me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's me.
That's wonderful.
I'm doing real good. I just want to say that I'm a big fan of of the public access.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you
And I
calling.
think you guys are doing a bang-up job.
Woo, 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 woo. All right, Dave. Thank you. How are you doing?
Can I suck my cock?
Hey, listen. Hold on, Dave. Dave.
Can I suck my cock?
Dave, from what I hear, you're part of a club of celebrities who have a 10-inch cock or more. Can you confirm this?
Yeah.
Yes. See, Steve, there's a celebrity group of these monsters of cock.
Yeah.
And Letterman is one of the guys.
That
Massive.
That's the way that it usually works. In all honesty, the guys that you don't think have one have an absolute hose down their pants.
Yeah.
Someone like myself that deserves it.
Yeah. Like I bet Ted Sellers has got one like tucked under his ass.
What do you think propels that wheelchair?
Right.
Oh. So now we're up to David Letterman and Johnny Carson. How about that?
No place to go but down.
Unbelievable. Caller, what's your name and what do you got, buddy?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Is this Arsenio Hall?
Can I tell you my favorite Matt Dillon story real briefly?
Sure. Absolutely. Please go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What the hell was that?
I don't think that was Arsenio.
Ah, son of a bitch. I thought we were going to keep this going. Maybe, we get Arsenio, we get who Jimmy Fallon, maybe?
Sure. Well, so if you were to watch those videos last night, TJ and Rich Mandarin decided to go on a Ferris wheel last night and rip packs of old baseball cards. And Rich Mandarin's kind of, I don't know how you say this. He's going downhill while his body weight skyrockets.
Oh, wow.
And that one cart had to be, I'd say, just about 600 inside that thing. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
These men are daredevils, and I appreciate that. And maybe there's something was in the air. Some would say romance. I might say a bit of BO. But either way, I'm a fan. I wish I'll find it. I'll look it up and drink it down.
TJ doesn't stink for surprisingly as big of a man as he is. I was in a car with him. No smell.
Yeah, there are things people care about. I'm sure TJ is a big washer.
Yeah,
I see him as a big washer.
Absolutely, I think so. What have you been doing with yourself lately? How's the store going?
We're inching along. More and more people are trying to get comfortable going into places again. And as depressing as it is to see a place like Target or Walmart packed, and the little mom and pop stores are just trying to earn everyone's trust.
Sure.
So, doing everything you can to make a place feel like, listen, it is totally safe here. You hope that's enough for people because I get it. The world is spooked.
Sure.
I'm spooked too.
Caller, what's your name and what do you got?
Hi.
Is this Blue Iris?
How are you?
Oh my wow.
It's Blue Iris, I miss you so much. How have you been?
I'm wearing a nipple today. I still through my pants.
Do you remember Blue Iris? Hold on one second, Kevin. Do you remember Blue Iris?
Yeah, from Stern.
Yeah, she started going on that show when she was in her 50s. She was an old school porn actress.
Yeah.
And when she would go on that show, they would have her make some nice phone calls and whatnot. And she was yes.
I can almost hear the musk.
I'm massaging my breast.
You're massaging your breast. I like this. Is there anything else that you're doing? Oh, I would love to fuck you. I would love for you to end the streak so much.
I would videotape. I'd get under Steve's taint, and I'd get a shot of Steve from Providence just wheelbarrowing Blue Iris. Awesome.
8 months, Kevin. The streak is at 8 months. The slump streak, whatever you want to call it. 8 months.
Wow.
8 months.
Is that both guys and girls?
At this point, I'm willing to take anything. At this point, I'm willing to take anything. The Blue Iris.
I feel like at some point in your life, you'd be like, you know what? At least a hand job from a guy. Probably it'd be like, having a NASCAR driver drive your car.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it knows how to handle the wheel.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Caller, what's up?
Oh my God.
She's back.
She's amazing.
She's back.
Is she still alive, by the way?
In your ass?
You can always put a finger in my ass. And no, she died about I think 10 years ago.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So this is the ghost of Blue Iris.
This is the ghost of Blue Iris.
Yeah.
Or it could be the daughter of Blue Iris, Blue Anus.
Blue, what do you got?
Stroking your cock?
I'm going to in about an hour and a half. Absolutely. Unbelievable.
God.
Blue, do you have any movies coming out anytime soon?
God.
Blue, do you have any advice for Steve to get himself a little wet trim? What should he do?
I suck on your tit.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Steve. It was either suck on a tit, a clit, or why don't you fuck her?
Fuck her.
Why don't you fuck me?
And it's almost weird. I can almost hear DC laughing in the background. I can almost hear.
I'm Blue Iris. Gonna make me hot?
Very hot. There's a lot going on right now. I'm sweating, but I don't know if it's from this.
I'm sweating. Let me say, she's putting a little blood in it. It's starting to come around. So yeah. Just the voice puts a tingle in my dwingle.
Blue, I don't know if you have it, but how dry are you by chance?
Why don't you fuck me?
All right, well, you got Justin. I think we got it, buddy.
Yeah, she came full circle. She came full circle.
She was a great guest. She used to call up, and there's some calls where she used to call up these random people and just drive them fucking insane because they couldn't. They used to just keep calling back. They used to just keep calling back, and they would freaking annoy the piss out of these people. I enjoyed it. I loved it.
I did too. My wife's a huge Stern fan. From way back when, and maybe unfortunately still today. But she'll kill me for saying that. But I feel like their callers back in the day were so it was just constant greatness. That's what I tried to do when I called Kirk back in the day. I wanted to be a constant just a rock. You always count on a couple characters. So I think the Minifan world has some really good characters.
Sure, absolutely.
I'd like to see to keep evolving.
Absolutely. Caller, what's up?
Hey, Steve, I got a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
So I know you talked a little bit about that painting behind you.
Yes.
Being the last thing that was left in your house after your wife left. But I just want to know a little bit more about it. Like, what exactly is it? Where'd you buy it, and why'd you buy it? It's a strange painting. I'll hang up and listen.
Well, I don't think there's any question why I bought it. I mean, that's probably the most obvious thing in the world, and that is a lovely lady drying herself off with a towel. I bought it at Ikea when I bought my first house. And unfortunately, as I sold my last house, that was the one thing that was left to me from my ex-wife. It was a kind of a parting gift. So that's the story behind my painting. It was bought at Ikea.
I'm going to say, Steve, your story has kind of disappointed me. In my mind, I actually believed that was a charcoal drawing done maybe of your wife by an older gentleman who you allowed to create her, do a nude of her. And I was like, yeah, Steve's got her up behind it on the wall, fucking naked for the world to see. Yeah, it's an IKEA artwork thing.
Yeah, painted her like one.
God bless you, buddy.
Painted her like one of my French ladies. Caller, what's up?
Steve, how are you? It's John from Scranton.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I have a question. What's up, Kev?
Hey, John.
I have a question for you. So,
go ahead.
What's up, buddy? It's a hypothetical kind of. So you have one person who you could send to terrorize EEI. You can only choose one person, Steve. Who are you choosing? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, boys. Love you.
If I am Kevin, I want you to choose one too. But if I'm gonna send one person, who is that guy? The Stewart guy. Who is Justin?
John Stewart.
John Stewart. I'm sending him. The guy that was in Madawaska when the Tony Stewart racing. Yes. I'm sending him. That's the guy I'm sending.
He's not loud or boisterous, but he is single-minded and maybe a bit off in the upstairs region.
A little bit, but
I think we all are.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. That's a good call.
Absolutely.
if I could pick someone, and he doesn't do call-ins, but if I would pick someone to really go after someone, in my artistic or autistic mind, I would choose like Steve's Liar guy or Matt Carano to just pepper them with songs.
Okay.
To me, that's more entertaining. It's it almost forces them. If you call someone with a song parody, even if it's totally tearing them apart, they're almost forced to listen to it if it's good.
Sure, I can understand that. Caller, what's up?
I called him several times, and I feel so.
Oh, what the fuck?
Who was what?
That sounded like Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah. Smiles, everyone.
I thought that was Ricardo.
Yeah. And Menners could have been his little buddy there. The plane. It's all coming together.
Now, Menners is going to be back, if I'm not mistaken, in about a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Now, if you can, I know you're a busy guy, family guy. Your family hasn't left you. If you can, maybe next Sunday, if we could do this again, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, yes.
I would appreciate. Now you're gonna 1 second, caller. You are going to be filling in for me on Wednesday night in dealing with Up There, the OG Minifan show. You are going to be locked and loaded, ready to go. And usually it's 30 minutes, but they already are expecting an hour out of you.
I have a I'll say this here to promote this show into that show. I have I'll have a breaking news announcement for that show.
Awesome,
I'll be breaking
fantastic.
some news.
Caller, what's up?
Because she doesn't deserve this. And all I did was put my my stupidity forward, and I had to be a goofball again. And I always think about the show and how it'll come across, and I don't think about the consequences.
Well, what can you elaborate?
If it wasn't a goof, and if I was really serious and really perverted, and I was really in a closed room, I wouldn't be talking about this. It was just a joke that really hurts me personally because I hurt somebody else. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to everybody. I'm sorry to the listeners.
Kevin, I'm at a loss.
Yeah,
I'm not a pedophile. I'm not a
DEC?
pervert.
Was DEC just coming clean? No,
DC.
I'll say this. DC, one of the most professional voices of our time. That guy who was just speaking sounded very emotional. If that was acting,
yeah,
awesome. If that wasn't acting, buddy, I don't know. You need to come here. Let me give you one of these. Come here. There you go. There you go. Shh.
So now, as I was saying, Menners is taking. Menners is going to take about, I think, a few more weeks off. So if you and I would love. Listen, I would love nothing more than to spend time with you doing this.
Yeah, if you would give me more than, I don't know, a 15-minute heads up, I would prepare some. Well,
let me tell you, I
put on a nice wardrobe.
I was watching Thor Ragnarok, and I got motivated by the end of it. And I said, you know what? Let me ask Justin if he's free tonight. And as soon as he gave me the okay, I said, let's call up Kevin. You got to bring in the closer. I mean, that's just at the end of the day, you got to bring in the closer.
When you think of me with Thor Ragnarok,
yeah,
I got the hammer right here. The God of Thunder.
I'm sure you do.
It's sleeping right now, but
Caller, what's up, caller? What do you got?
Hi, piss on me, please.
Oh, sure. Hold on a second.
Where'd
you go? No.
I knew this was going to happen.
It's the same guy over and over again.
It's fine. It's fine, Justin. I figure most regular Minifans are probably getting into bed right now. They're going to start their Monday off. Nice day at work. I think we're going to get the guys that, I'm not going to say don't work. Maybe it's not their most important thing to get to.
Right. Maybe Monday is more like a Sunday to some guys, and their Tuesday is also like a Sunday, and their Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are like Sundays. So I almost respect those guys.
I do, and I appreciate the calls, especially after the last time. This is a 1,000,000% better than how
the fact that we can hear the calls is that's a big deal.
I wish there was some ladies calling in though. I want to see how you deal with the ladies. I'm not sure if you're going to get any, but
I used to get some.
I've seen how you negotiate. Not negotiate. That's probably the wrong word. Maybe your wife is watching. I've seen how the ladies are drawn to you?
My wife knows that how do I say this? I love women, and not even anymore in just a singular. I want to fuck every woman. That's not even it. I swear to God, and I'll say this: all my exes, they're such fantastic people. I still have good relationships with a lot of them. Our friends. I just like women in general. I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it again. I'm a broken record, but Mowgli from the Jungle Book, he was raised by wolves. I was raised by women. I was raised by two grandmothers, my mother and my sister, and some aunts. And I could tell you all about anything to do with whether it's hairdressing or shopping or there was a good chance I could have gone gay. I don't have it. There was a time when I was younger and I was my hair was done nicely. I dressed very nice, and people would think I was gay. I was like, "Thank you so much. What a compliment that I'm that put together that you think I'm gay." Yeah. But I didn't have it in me. I thought to myself, this could be something I could do, but and maybe someday. But as of right now, I've never had the desire to suck a cock, or make out with a guy. I'm not saying I won't ever have that, because someday I might say, you know what, I'm going to try. I think I want to suck a cock today. It could be awesome. I don't know, but I love women. I love them. I love their mentality. I love their empathy. I love their to be comforted by women is nothing better in the world.
Sure.
And on a serious note, I believe that Steve, you've been alone for a while now, and not even the no sex part. Just to have a woman put her arms around you and hold you is one of the nicest things in the world.
Caressing feeling.
And everyone needs that. Everyone needs that. A woman needs it from either a man or everyone needs that affection. But for me, women I could always easily talk to them. I always fit in their world. I always, I used to sit and watch Days of Our Lives with my grandmother. I think it was TJ who said somebody missed Days of Our Lives because something came on at 2. Days of Our Lives comes on at fucking 1, not 2. Always has. Anyway, beside the point, I knew all the characters from Days of Our Lives. I had a girlfriend in high school. She's a Days of Our Lives fan. And I was like, what's happening with Bo and Hope? And she's like, oh my God, you know that? And we sat down and we talked, and it was just one thing led to another. And who knows? Things got, where they were going to go. Anyway, so that's my thing. I gravitate towards the gals because I just feel comfortable in their world. And,
sure.
And hopefully they feel comfortable in mine. They don't get too creeped out. Now that I'm getting older, it doesn't have the same adorability as it used to.
Sure. I got a question for you, speaking on that. So there's been some speculation, Kevin. So after you don't shave for a couple of days, your beard is completely gray except for that little fucking thing over there, and your hair is jet black.
My hair's not jet black.
There's some speculation, Kevin. Kevin, have we turned to the Just for Men?
My mother's father had snow white hair. When I get to that point, I will go Snow White and be happy with it. I'm salt and pepper, and I fucking hate it. Okay. I hate it. Some guys can pull it off. George Clooney. I'm no George Clooney, Steve. Yes. I know you think that I've got this swag in my wag, but I don't.
What about What about this thing underneath your lip?
I throw a little color in that. I hate all the white and the black together. I look insane. I have a 4-year-old. I don't want to be the guy with with white and black hair, looking like half part skunk man. I've had salt and pepper hair probably for far too long, but I have hair, so fuck it. Who cares?
Beautiful.
Women color their hair, and it's like, oh, I love your hair color job. It looks great. A guy colors his hair, he's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
All right, so calls are dying down. So let me ask you a question before we get out of here. And hopefully, like I said, next week you're able to help me out again. What is your outcome? What do you think? So now we're going into week 4. What do you think is going to happen this week? Give me a Kevin Centazzo prediction right now. This week, what do you think?
As far as what goes, as far as just
the show, what do you think? Do you think anything this week coming out whatsoever?
No, I don't. No. I think we're in for a little bit of a dry spell. And like I said, remember? Did you ever watch Good Will Hunting?
I did. Yeah, the movie you were in.
Yeah. Yes, you see me for a flash. Anyway, one of my favorite scenes, and not because it's a great scene, I just love the sentimentality of two guys, loving each other as friends. When he says, "My best day would be going up to your door and knocking on it, and you don't answer the door because you're already gone. Well, right now, my best case scenario for actually, we're part of a world, this Kirk Minahan world, and we have a lot of fun. And I think the majority of us are good people. And as much as I have fun listening to Kirk, through all these years, I actually seriously care about him.
Sure.
So the fact that he's not coming back, the fact that he's not answering emails, like I said earlier, the fact that he's not answering tweets and texts, I don't know. There's something about it that makes me really happy for him.
Yeah,
I feel like he's,
Let's get that into a second while we got this call. Caller, what's up?
Is it a robot?
Hey,
Hello?
what's up, Stevie, man? Just pay for it, bro. What you doing 8 months ago? You got to pay for it, bro. You're in Providence. Massage parlors everywhere.
Oh,
he wants you to get a COVID hooker.
You want me to pay for sex? Well, I mean, let's hope that it doesn't get to that point. I mean, in all honesty, let's hope that a Providence hooker.
Be honest with me. Are you even making an attempt to? I mean, it's a tough time to find a date right now, anyway. But I mean, are you really making an honest effort? Because you're a handsome guy. You got some charm.
Man? Well, let's say the streak started well before COVID did. So I would say. I mean, what are we on it? So that was around. I'm actually thinking longer. That was around Thanksgiving. So I'm not too worried about it. There could be worse things in the world. But I appreciate that guy's gesture. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll pay for sex. A caller, what's up?
Someone at Saco tried to convince me that Kevin was the Trump caller. So I just wanted to put him on the spot and see if that was the case, and if not, if he could do his best Trump impression.
All right, Kevin.
I wish I was the Trump caller. That guy's phenomenal.
He's awesome.
I wouldn't want to bastardize that by I don't even know where to go with that. Holy shit! No. I've called as Kirk's mom. I've called as Moss Dudley. I've called as I even called as like a slow version of K Marco. I've done calls where they may have been 1 or 2 times and no one knew it was me. And I let it go because I wasn't too attached to it or in love with it. Sure. But I've called many times and I don't think anyone knew it was me. But Trump for sure is not me. That guy is a golden god in our universe.
It was intern Will on Shrooms that told me, so I wasn't really believing him, but I just wanted to hear it from him.
Now, were you in Saco, sir?
I was.
Please tell me that this is Led Zeppelin guy. Please tell me that this is Led Zeppelin.
It is not. But I did witness them in the flesh.
All right. Now, Kevin, was he there on Sunday when you were there? Caller, thanks a lot for the call, man.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for thinking so highly of me. Thanks for thinking I have talent.
Did you meet this individual?
Fucking insulted now.
Did you meet this guy? Was he there on Sunday?
The Led Zeppelin guy?
Yeah.
I think he was there, but he was so under the radar that I don't think he left his car on Sunday. But I heard all about him, and I watched. You know what? I watched the Mike and the Minifans where he walked up.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucking weird. This is. I mean, Kirk is clearly like, don't come up here. And he, why didn't someone else tackle that guy? It was so bizarre how far he got before Justin went in there and, chicken winged him. Thank God for Justin. Thank God for Justin all around.
I'm trying to get the guy on. I can't find him anymore. I can't find the guy. I want to have him on. I can't find him.
I have to believe, unless he's cocked again or on whatever acid he was on, I have to believe he's probably pretty ashamed of his performance because
he was fucked up, Kevin.
He was
fucked up.
I could see that I could see his eyes. The headlights were on, and no one was behind the wheel.
Yeah,
he's just standing back there.
He got into a bad batch of John's drugs. That's definitely that. Yeah. I am convinced of that. You got into a bad batch.
Don't take the brown acid.
No. So, I had a question before because we are going to get out of here. If we get another call, we'll take it. But, so your wife, I don't think of you. Listen, you're a handsome guy, beautiful. Some would say beautiful. I would say beautiful. How the fuck did you go on like a dating site or some shit like that to meet this lovely lady? How would you convince? What type of woman would put up with your shit?
See, here's the thing, and we'll do this real quick. Before my wife, I was a string of really nice girls that I dated that were probably almost illegally too young for me for a long period of time. I don't know if you noticed, I'm a little immature.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that I thought I would really connect with the younger ladies. And like for instance, I was probably in my early 30s when I met the girlfriend before my wife. She was in a bar for her 21st birthday.
Tight.
And she was a professional ballet dancer for the Palm Beach Ballet in West Palm Beach, and we dated for a while, and I was I liked her. She's a great person. All of my references, all my jokes, all of my I would do a little like I could come and knock on my door, you know, and she didn't get any of it, and I was like, this is so depressing. Yeah. So when I met my wife, and well, she's younger than me as well, but anything that I said, whether it was something from All in the Family or no matter what the reference was, I can't. There was one reference, maybe it was from Breakfast Club. I started it and she finished it, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is what it's like to find your soulmate. This is what it's like to find somebody who and there are times she laughs at my humor, like laughs like fucking crazy. We both do. And there are times where she's like, "You're fucking an imbecile." Yeah. You know, I appreciate the two sides to her world. And when I met her, first of all, I was much better looking. I was in great shape. Sure. You know, I was really confident, and so when I met her, I gave her the look, and I just reeled her in. Yep. You know, she didn't have a fucking chance, man.
So you're telling me that you proposed to your wife based on the fact that she could finish a line from a crummy movie? That's what you base your.
I don't know if Breakfast Club is crummy, but
you know what I mean.
That's a big one of our first times hanging out together. I was sick. I gave it to her. She was sick. And we went and banged out shots of NyQuil. And I was like, yeah, this has got potential.
This is love.
You know? And you know, even now, married 12 years, she still lets me be, you know, I think the worst thing about a relationship is when someone tries to change someone else. Sure. And listen, there's always compromise, you know, and I think you have to watch your girl's Days of Our Lives, and she has to maybe watch your Bruins game.
Sure.
You know, and you meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But when you try to change somebody's core, one of you is going to break.
Sure.
You know, you are what you are, and you got to love someone for whatever they are.
Yep.
Well, this is like the show with the relationship people.
No, well, listen, I appreciate this.
You know, it's really important. Let me go here now, real quick. Let me go here. So I meet this girl, and she goes down on me, and before I can even give her the sign that you know the Old Faithful is about to blow.
Yeah, tap on the head. Yep.
Just you know, ingests every drop. Then looks up at me and she says, "I will never, ever waste a drop of your cum."
This is
my
your
wife. Oh. My wife is not that woman. So I just wanted to go. I was giving you some serious relationship shit, Steve, and then I had to give you, you know, the other side of the ping pong table for a second. You know, not to say we didn't have some great, you know, marathon public sex sessions. Yeah, she's gonna kill me, but I'm saying that there were times where I could do a show on some of the bizarre situations I've been in.
Sure.
And things that are said to me by a woman that has, you know, just made me say, wow, this is a hell of a life.
Well, what I'm thinking is by Sunday of next week, save all those stories. Maybe think of some of them, write them down. Because if there's no show this week, I think we're going to be getting into more of your dating life and more of you. I always love a Centazzo story. Always love it. So, Justin, why don't you shut off the phone line? It's been quite a few minutes since someone's called in. With that, so you are going to be on Wednesday with the fellas, and hopefully, providing that everything works out, you're going to be with me on Sunday of next week. I appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you very much. This is what I think of Minifans do. They help each other out.
Yeah.
This is you helping me out. I've only met you a few times, and this is helping me out big time.
Well, I think we had a mutual respect right off the bat. You know, I think we both know we have our thing we did in the world. You know, whether even before the Kirk Minahan show, we were, you know, part of something.
Sure.
And everyone who brings something to the table, whether it's a character or a song, or they write something, or they say something, I have respect for. I think it takes a certain kind of person to put themselves out there and embarrass themselves.
Absolutely.
You do it all the time.
I embarrass myself quite a bit.
Yes.
I embarrass myself,
and I love you for it. I love you for it.
Well, I love you too.
I think Kirk would see stuff like that, and he's like, look at what I have created. Look. I think that's one of the things that might bring him back when he feels like it's time to come back. He's like, there is some fucked up, bizarre love between these people, and I want to keep harvesting that.
Yeah, or someone like me really has nothing else to do other than do this. There is nothing else to do.
And I'm happy to do it with you.
But with that, Justin, let's get out of here, and we will see you next week.